I've already defeated you once without my powers. I can do it again.
Good thing she told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
Ciao all, Thomas here. We are gathered here to talk shit about the Winx Club reboot. You know how we do. So this episode is called Without Power. Why? Why do y'all refuse to try with these titles? Well, I get it's because you refuse to try with everything else. All right, fine. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, Bloom was like, I'll give you my power, Trix, because they're holding Mike and Vanessa hostage, and it just ended there. Bloom didn't actually give them the flame yet. It was a really pointless cliffhanger.
I'll give you my dragon flame.
Icy's like, time to make up your mind, Bloom, and it's like, she did though. She literally said last episode that she'll give you the dragon flame. And this episode started with her saying it again. It's like,
I'll give you my dragon flame. I'll give you my dragon flame. Just don't hurt my parents.
Time to make up your mind, Bloom.
I'll give you my dragon flame.
Are you listening, Icy? Are you like deaf or something? Do you not speak English? What's happening? So Bloom hands over the flame and only Icy gets it.
Wait till you see what's next.
I don't like her.
So there's this weird thing that happens where they want to have like Icy like not being able to control the dragon flame because it wasn't meant for her. And it also does this weird thing where instead of amplifying the existing magic of the holder, it instead just gives them outright fire magic. That's not inherently a bad thing, but I do find it kind of boring because they're not going to do anything interesting with this whatsoever. Real shocker. I don't know, especially because in the original, because it amplified the Trix's magic, it made that final clash between Icy and Bloom way more spectacular because it was full-on supercharged fire versus ice. Whereas here, even though they're not going to have that duel, I mean, they'll have a duel next episode and it makes no sense at all. So it's just fire and more fire. Okay. And of course, because the Trix are evil, they decide that even though Bloom did give them the flame, they're still going to drop Mike and Vanessa through the hell portals.
I'll let them go. Into the darkness.
Icy saying into the darkness, no, it didn't make me think of Step Into the Dark, because fuck that song. It made me wonder if she got Norded.
Most ancient. Some say Kai, but the meaning is the same.
I mean, all she needs is the yellow eye. She's already got the white hair.
I meant freedom from you.
Like, on the one hand, yeah, it's the Trix, so of course they would go back on their word. But this also means going forward, we should never listen to them again when they do this.
They promised to free them if I gave up my power.
And didn't honor their part of the deal? Huh, shocking.
Like, if they ever, like, hold somebody for ransom or they give us an ultimatum of any kind, we automatically know we can't trust them. So, way to shoot yourselves in the foot, Trix, as usual. Then again, that also requires the characters, you know, having brains and thinking these things through. Knowing these versions of the Winx, they probably will just fall for the Trix's bullshit over and over again. So the portals take Mike and Vanessa to Cloud Tower. I'm not sure why.
Where are we?
I don't know, but it looks like the door is out of order.
Granted, I guess Darcy shouldn't be able to just throw anyone into a portal of death because then it's like, why doesn't she just do that all the time? And we can't send them to like Oblivion uppercase because, you know, we need the gem that Vexius has for that. Okay. Anyway, the point is they're in Cloud Tower now and Mike continues to be ugly. The Winx, though, don't know that Mike and Vanessa are at Cloud Tower, so the Trix are using the fact that Mike and Vanessa are lost somewhere to hold the Winx back from killing them.
Tell us where they are, Icy, or else. And would you really upset the only person who knows where her parents are?
It is kind of weird, though, because it's like you're still assuming that Mike and Vanessa are alive. I don't know. Like, the whole thing was you didn't know earlier if they were alive or where they would wind up wherever the portals went. So, okay. Can you tell I'm just exasperated by this goddamn point? The rest of the Winx catch up right after Bloom, like, fails at the deal, of course. The whole, like, splitting up thing was such bullshit. Ugh. And also the fact that the Winx just stand there and don't transform immediately when they see the Trix.
Bloom, what's happening?
And what are the Trix doing here?
They're not, like, acting as though they're seeing dire foes who are, like, capable of anything. They're just like, oh, it's the Trix. Ew. Like, hello... Are they a danger or not? Aisha specifically is like, tell us where they are, Icy. And Icy's like, fuck you, water girl.
Good thinking, water girl.
And it just makes me wish that Icy and Aisha had some kind of rivalry. Like, please, God. The Trix leave and immediately the lighting changes like comically fast.
Oh no!
I'm like, wow, okay, so the Trix are like a walking Instagram filter. Good to know. Stella contacts the specialist about an emergency Gardenia. Immediately they pick up.
Assist needed in Gardenia.
Copy that.
I'm like, wait, so do they just like sit by the phone or whatever waiting for y'all to call so that they can be relevant? What the fuck? Also, when did y'all get these watches? It reminds me of Aisha's watch from like the Dark Bloom episode where she suddenly had the wrist communicator.
Winx, we have a problem.
But they hadn't established them in the reboot. So I'm like, did ChatGPT just analyze all the previous Winx episodes, see that they had communicators in like season 5?
Oh, and take these. So we can communicate underwater.
And then just use that here without introducing it? Because I wouldn't be surprised. The specialists arrive immediately.
Huh?
Bloom, are you okay?
Like, immediately. I'm like, what the fuck? How are y'all getting around so fast? Like, y'all were just ready to go? We head outside and the specialist ship is there cloaked.
Didn't you come in one of your jet spaceship thingies?
Indeed. Timmy? Camouflage mode.
I don't know why they bother cloaking it, because literally no one's here. Gardenia in the reboot is like always empty. There is barely any life to be seen here. You know, at least in the original series, even though it was unrealistic that the city was like empty at any time, it usually only was like that for night scenes. We uncloak the ship and then just stare at it for a good long while. Okay, I guess we don't care about our cover. I guess we're not worried about anybody seeing us, even though we already made a big deal about people seeing us. An ice cream truck passes by. I assume later we will murder the ice cream man and his family to make sure that we leave no witnesses.
Someone hurt my mommy. Who? Me.
There's this bit where Baby Hunter sees the ice cream truck, and because he likes food so much, he like runs after it. I'm shocked Musa didn't start running on all fours towards it, quite honestly.
Ow, I'm so full.
This is disgusting.
But like, there's this shot, right, where the Winx and specialists see the ship, like the specialist ship, and walk towards it. But then in the next shot, the ice cream truck passes by and Hunter runs towards it. And the Winx are still in front of the apartment, like as if they haven't started moving at all. Like they're not moving at all.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck? How does this happen? What is this shot-to-shot continuity? How did y'all start moving in one frame and then in the next frame we've gone back in time and none of you have moved? The reboot continues that problem of we have to show you literally everything in chronological order. We are seeing every single thing. So the specialists are like running tests on Bloom, like her vitals and shit. And I'm like, God, who cares? Can you get to the fucking plot, please? I'm like, Timmy, did you really need a scan to see her magic is gone? Like, hello?
Blood pressure, heart rate, organ function all normal. I deduced that you fainted from exhaustion due to your dragon flame being taken.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Tekna scans the area with her OP powers. She sees Icy is still in Gardenia, but for some reason we can't pinpoint exactly where.
Icy is in Gardenia, but I cannot pinpoint exactly where.
What? What are you tracking her by? Are you tracking her by the dragon flame or her own magical aura? Did you put like microchips on the Trix?
Keep stalking them.
How do you know she's in Gardenia? Or, I'm sorry, Gardinia.
Gardenia.
But you don't know where, but we can't go find the Trix first because we have to find Hunter first. Okay, because we lost him like idiots.
Hunter was with the Trix for so long, he must know all their hideouts. Hey, where did he go?
Bye!
Vexius and Damian, meanwhile, are in Gardenia. Lord knows why.
Damian, get over here.
The Trix? They're in Gardenia too? But why?
Like, did they follow Bloom to Gardenia to steal her magic? If so, shouldn't they be aware that the Trix are also following Bloom? How would they not know about what just happened with the Trix stealing the dragon flame from her? Like, what? Make it make sense. What is happening?
First, we must get rid of the Trix. They had a knack for ruining my plans.
Sir, you ruin your own plans. Vexius decides to send Damian to go find the Trix. Like, he has this little portal thing to show the Trix, and they're arguing. And Vexius is like, Damian, go find out why the Trix are in Gardenia. I'm like, wouldn't it be easier for you to use your dark magic to find the Trix yourself? And also, wait, if your spell can show where they are currently, how do you not know where they are? It's the same problem with like Tecna. It's like, if you're able to pinpoint where people are or see where they are, how does that not allow you to like figure out the geography situation? Also, what is Vexius doing while Damian searches? Is he just gonna like stand here in this alley like, I'm so evil? Look at me. I just ironed my evil coat.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Vexius is like, find that big building.
Any idea how?
Try using your eyes. Find that big building. Immediately.
And I'm like, yeah, because Gardenia isn't filled with big buildings that look almost fucking identical or anything. Like, are you, what advice is that to go off of? There are no other landmarks whatsoever? What the fuck? Like, can't you like zoom out of that image of the Trix just a little bit, to get some reference points? We then go to the park because we don't have any other sets.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Woo.
We show everyone splitting up awkwardly because we have to show you everything these characters do. Robin is missing for some reason. It's going to come into play later on with Robin, but it's like, what? She just inexplicably vanished, even though she was with us before? Even the camera movements feel really fucking weird and overly long and just, ugh.
Guys, take the owl and keep scanning from above.
Bloom is all sad about her power being gone because she's like, I'm holding everyone back. I was a dick to my parents. Which, yeah, you were a dick to them. You were.
I didn't stop to think that involving my parents could put them in danger. I was just so mad at them. Ugh, I'm the worst.
Well, yes.
I just feel so helpless. Like I'm holding everyone back.
But this doesn't hold nearly as much emotional weight as the original did. Again, think of all the emotional turmoil that Bloom dealt with in the original series leading up to her powers being stolen. Learning that she was adopted, that she's not from Earth, that she might be a witch. Brandon ghosting her and then revealing he's actually Prince Sky and he's actually engaged to a princess that she fought publicly and got humiliated over. And then the Trix beating the living shit out of her.
Electric booty kick.
Like, Bloom is dealing with so much, and then she spends the whole third act powerless and trying to reignite her sense of self and her confidence in herself. It really brings this coming-of-age story in season 1 of the original full circle, because it's Bloom learning who she actually is on her own without her magic, and that is what brings her magic back.
I hate this. I wish I'd never discovered my Winx or come to Althea. I mean, that way the witches never would have found me and stolen the power, and we wouldn't be in this mess and no one would be in danger. I'll do anything. I will do whatever it takes to get the dragon fire back from the witches. I am the keeper of the dragon fire, and no one will take that away from me. That's not the dragon fire! This is the dragon fire!
And then here, it's not anything of the sort. It's only going to last this episode, and it doesn't mean anything for her lack of character. It's just a stupid bummer thing that happens that we'll deal with very quickly. There's like no actual arc going on here. And pacing wise, I don't get why you'd only have this be one episode and have it be in the middle of the season. There's a reason why this happens in like the final act of season 1, because that's when shit gets real and we're building to our finale where we get our thesis statement of Bloom realizing who she is.
You think you can invade my school, mess with my friends, and get away with it? As if witches...
Sky gives her like cliche advice to make her feel better, and I'm like, y'all barely know each other. Can you shut the fuck up?
Your power is more than magic. Strength comes from the head and the heart. As for your heart, it's the biggest and fiercest of anyone I know.
Like, tell me why these versions of these characters would feel anything towards each other. Why should I buy that they're gonna fall in love or whatever? And honestly, a lot of these lines feel specifically like Eugenio wrote them, or should I say prompted them.
You only have the purest of intentions.
To like glaze Bloom some more. Like, it feels like Rainbow is like really bitter that we don't like Bloom from season 4 onward. And they're like, we know she's perfect, and that's why you hate her. And it's like, yeah, because perfect characters are boring. That's why. They're not characters. They're just boring, empty slates. Damian is also at the park. Damian, sweetie, I know you were given really vague, terrible advice and instructions, but you went to the one place in the city with no big buildings.
Big building. Could you be more specific?
Fucking idiot.
Your father said, go find that big building. And your first thought was, let me go to the park that's full of grass and trees and bushes and trails. Not a building in sight. Surely the Trix must be here. Are you stupid?
Well, yes.
Why am I asking that? Of course you are. Everyone is. Damian spots the ice cream truck going by with Hunter. I don't know how he recognizes Hunter in his smaller form because he never saw Mini Hunter, but I'm also like, he also knows Hunter's name. How does everyone know Hunter's name? What is happening? Does Hunter have like an Instagram that they all follow that I don't know about? I wonder if he talks shit about the Trix on there. Ooh, I wonder if Nut has ever had social media. You know he was talking shit about those bitches. The ice cream man is like, you cannot have ice cream, small Hunter thing. We don't serve the ugly.
As adorable as that mask is, Q doesn't buy ice cream.
Which I think is valid. Damian corners Hunter. He doesn't want to hurt Hunter, but he assumes that Hunter can lead him to the Trix. But the Winx arrive shortly thereafter, and they're like, get away from Hunter, because, you know, they need to assume that Damian is going to hurt him so that we'll have conflict between the Winx and Damian.
What are you doing?
Stopping you from hurting a poor defenseless creature.
I'm not, really.
It sure sounds like you are.
A lot of this is really frustrating. There's going to be this running issue where it's like Damian knows his dad is evil and is hurting people, but Damian is like, I wouldn't hurt poor, helpless, defenseless Hunter.
Easy. I'm not here to hurt you.
But it's like, your dad is evil and he hurts people for fun. Why would you be offended that we'd assume that you're evil if you want to work knowingly for the forces of evil? Especially because next episode, we're going to have an issue where Damian like thinks Bloom and the Winx are like crazy and he's like, get away from me. I don't trust you.
We're not here to hurt you.
Why would I believe that? Your friends just cornered me.
Because they were trying to protect Hunter.
But I'm like, if you think they're crazy and dangerous, why is that a big deal if you are like, fuck the forces of good and light, I'm evil? None of it makes sense. What is your motivation, Damian? What is your motivation? Aside from annoying me. Also, I'm really not sure how Hunter would know where the Trix are in Gardenia. I don't know why the Winx or Damian assumed this. Let's just fucking not care. I'm still not even sure why Vexis and Damian are in this episode, because, like, they're not really adding anything. So Hunter speaks a bunch of gibberish, and Bloom's like, he must mean they're in the high school gymnasium of Gardenia High.
There's a building in the distance that way, and inside there's a big room with high ceilings.
He's playing, so that's the gym.
Okay, sure, whatever. Apparently they're right. Why would the Trix still be in Gardenia? What the fuck? Like, they, and by they I mean Icy, have the dragon flame. Why would you stay in Gardenia? There's nothing here for y'all. Y'all only came to Gardenia because Bloom was here, and it would be an easy spot where no one could interfere with you stealing her power. So why stay here? Like in the original, they go back to the magic dimension immediately and they take over Cloud Tower because that's where they lived for the longest time, and they had a score to settle with Griffin for expelling them. And they had the Dragon Flame to back them up so they could take her down and take over Cloud Tower and make it into their base, reinforcing what a big existential threat that they were. Here it's like, okay, y'all don't know what you're fucking doing. You're just fucking around, I guess. It's not really selling me on the threat that they pose now that they have the Dragon Flame, because they just look like Nimrods who have no clue what they're doing. Which sounds about right. So Icy is in the gymnasium practicing with the Dragon Flame. There's so many instances where like the fire physics don't make sense. I don't mean the animations. I don't care about those. Like I guess they look fine or whatever. My main issue is like there's no consistency to how the fire like catches on to things. First of all, you're creating fire and like the smoke alarms and the fire detectors aren't working. I don't know if you're aware, most buildings, especially like public buildings and public schools, have like those fire detectors everywhere in every room. How would they not be going off? Especially because remember in like the second episode or whatever, Bloom like went back to school. It was really stupid.
Chemistry in room 219. Excellent.
But like she used her power, and using it for even a little bit set off the smoke alarms immediately, and the fire department showed up 2 seconds later. They teleported in, much like the specialists.
I am trying!
Icy, we gotta go!
But like, why are they not going off? Okay. Another reason why picking Gardenia High to train, especially an indoor location, was fucking stupid. But Icy is like trying to figure out how to use the flame, and she's struggling because, you know, she's an ice girly, so fire is not her thing. Sure, whatever. We'll get into how they waste that later. But she does a bunch of like moves on a punching bag, and somehow the punching bag doesn't catch on fire or like burn at all. There are like no scorch marks on that thing. It's not incinerated. Goddamn. It's not incinerated or anything. It's not a heap of ash. It's still there, perfectly fine, not on fire whatsoever, despite all of the flames that have been shot at it. In fact, the fire keeps swirling around all around the room, and yet it's not catching on everything. It will occasionally like stick to somewhere like on the floor or whatever. But it's very inconsistent. Like, do y'all not realize how easily fire spreads? Like, and that why it is so dangerous when a fire starts? Also, Icy's hair, the way it's flowing is disgusting. It's like, okay, I have to explain polygon versus particle hair, god damn it. Okay, so in 3D animation, usually what you see in a lot of big budget shows, including this show, is like particle hair. It's like a physics-based thing to make it look more like real hair flowing around, so it's not one solid object. Polygon hair is what you see when it is a solid object, like a 3D mesh, and usually that mesh is textured so that the texture can give the impression of real hair, but you can kind of tell that it's not, especially if it's not well made. But here, Icy's hair, I assume, is particle hair, but it's moving like polygon hair would. Like, look at the way that it's moving. It's all moving as one piece instead of the individual strands that it should be. Oh my god, it looks horrid. So the Winx come to the gymnasium, and they spot all like the fire like in the windows of the gym, and there's smoke pouring out of like some of the windows. I'm not sure how no one is noticing this. It's, you know, it's those shoddy like fire detectors, I guess. Okay. Darcy and Stormy come outside and do some exposition so that the Winx are in earshot.
Since Icy got Bloom's flame, she's out of control and so bossy.
I know, right? After running errands all day for her, having you teleport Bloom's parents to Cloud Tower and everything.
Wonderful writing. Not lazy at all. You know, in Avatar, when Mei and Ty Lee do this, They know that their enemies are listening and it's part of their plan so that their enemies will bring Azula to their leader. Here, Stormy and Darcy are just fucking idiots. That, or they knowingly did this hoping the Winx would hear them and take care of Icy for them. I don't think they're that smart, quite honestly. So Darcy and Stormy confirm to them that Mike and Vanessa are in Cloud Tower, so they decide to call Robin and have Robin go to Cloud Tower to like find Mike and Vanessa.
We need a solo operative.
Go for Robin.
Apparently this is why Robin disappeared earlier, and I'm like, what? She was with y'all. Why? If she was gonna play this role, why did you have her with the specialists earlier in the first place? Vexius shows up and he's like, you found nothing, Damian? And I'm like, the Winx are literally like right in front of you. Are you blind, my good man?
Father, I was just going to alert you.
That you found nothing?
No.
There's this weird bit here also where Damian's tone of voice, it kind of gives that he wasn't gonna tell Vexius about the Winx and the Trix. I don't know why he wouldn't though, because the writing hasn't really indicated that he's doubting his father, so okay. Oh, my notes have pointed out something very interesting, and oh my god, what the fuck? So do you remember what I said earlier about how in this version, in the reboot, the Dragon Flame doesn't amplify your magic, it just like gives you fire powers? Inconsistent. Do you remember when Vexius got Damian's share of the Dragon Flame? Yeah, he was like kind of using fire, but it was like shadow fire, and he summoned his Dragon of Darkness. It didn't seem like Vexius got fire magic. It seemed like his magic just got amplified and maybe a little altered by the Dragon Flame, but we didn't really get a good basis for what his powers are without the Dragon Flame.
The Dragon Flame? No! Why would he have it?
So it's like, wait, if Vexius's powers aren't made into fire and are just his usual powers but on crack cocaine with the Dragon Flame, why does Icy just get straight up fire? What is... I guess ChatGPT couldn't remember it, just like it couldn't remember the magic restoration spell.
Magic of Returnal Domini!
And maybe it's just me. I feel like Icy getting an amplified version of her own ice magic would be a lot cooler. Cooler. But like, think about it. Imagine if she started turning Gardenia like fully to ice, freezing everything in her path and being unable to stop it. That would be so cool. I mean, Icy is a very proud, arrogant character, so her struggling with magic, I think, is very interesting because it would drive her insane. But I think while it does make sense for her to struggle with a magic that's very foreign to her, like fire...
You're late. And you can't control Bloom's flame. Whose flame?
It would also make sense for her to be even angrier if she couldn't control her own element of ice. And it would also explain next episode why she's doing new shit with it, because then she's like, oh, I haven't even tapped into like the true extent of what I'm capable of. Also, I just realized this covering everything in ice thing is what Aurora should have done to Gardenia in season 4. Moving on. So Vexius and Damian fly away. It takes them like 10 years to fly away. Good lord, pad the runtime, bitch.
Fly, open your eyes and spread your wings.
But then they just show up in the gym to like menace the Trix.
Let's go find Vexius and defeat him once and for all.
I'll save you the trouble of looking for me.
Why did y'all fly away into the sky to get into the gym? That doesn't make any... What? At that point, don't have them like fly at all then. Just have them talk and then just cut right inside the gym and have them show up. You didn't need that middle bit at all. It just confused me more. And also, can we talk about their poses? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Vexius, I don't think your legs should be moving like that. I think you're gonna like break a hip at something, especially at your goddamn age. And Damian looks like he's struggling after eating too much Taco Bell.
Why does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit?
Yeah, I guess that outbreak got him too. Good. So the Winxens guy head inside to deal with the Trix. The other specialists stay outside, all like, we'll make sure nobody sees the girls doing magic. Who would see it? There's no one here. This entire city is empty, motherfucker. Meanwhile, Mike and Vanessa have just been sitting in Cloud Tower the whole time. Like, they haven't been even trying to find a way out.
We'll be okay. I'm sure.
Did someone order a rescue?
Like, yeah, I know the entrance to this room is like covered in rubble or whatever, but you think they would at least be like looking for some other kind of exit instead of just sitting and squatting in the same place for like ever. Mike finds new and interesting ways instead to look uglier in every shot progressively, and then Robin tries to out-ugly him when she finds them. Ew! Bloom is excited that her parents are alive.
They're alive!
Okay, I thought y'all were like certain they were alive to begin with. You were even confirmed by Darcy and Stormy that they were alive. The girls yell magic Winx. I don't know why Bloom yells it also and crosses her hands if she's not transforming. I don't care.
Let's go get my flame back.
The crossfade. Okay. So, Mista, y'all know Mista.
Icy's powerful, Mista.
Mista has been pointing out the transitions with the transformations have sucked in the reboot, and they have. Because tell me why. We have the final shot of Stella transformed, and then it just basic crossfades into the next scene. It looks so bad. It looks like a really bad fan edit where there wasn't enough material to work with to pull off the fade correctly. And you know what? As many issues as I have with the Nick era, he was right. They did the transformation segues so much better. Icy continues to make issues worse by throwing several fireballs, and the... It looks so bad. Like, look at this. Look at this shit.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
This is not professional. Also, Icy's rate of fire is insane, and yet when Vexius is dodging, he and the fireballs are really slow.
You broke your promise.
What the fuck is that about? The shot-to-shot continuity, or lack thereof. We have the infamous cheerleader clap.
That makes your tongue a black girl. Gonna bury you out and back, girl.
Icy throws a fireball at Vexius. Somehow Vexius is able to like control it and throw it back at her. How? Vexius has darkness magic. Even if you want to argue he had like dark fire with the dragon flame, he doesn't have the dragon flame anymore. So how would he be able to control the fireball? What? The Trix continue to stand there until they finally get hit. Why does no one listen to Griselda?
Good thing she told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
Like, how many times am I gonna have to make that fucking joke? For fuck's sake. Vexius gets hit and he falls down the bleachers like a slinky toy.
She told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
Stormy and Icy yeet themselves at Vexius. Stormy announces her attack beforehand.
I've got you now!
Okay, girl. Idiot. I'm still not sure why she's swinging at Vexius when she can fly. Usually, like, the purpose of this trope is that, like, the two characters going at someone, the person they're attacking, when they dodge, they do so in a way where the other characters crash into each other. But they don't here. They just kind of fly past each other. And, like, sure, I guess it's kind of cool that Icy lands okay while Stormy, like, slams into the wall. It shows Icy has a bit more control, but, like, I don't care. And while this stupid fight is going on, Damian, like, keeps trying to keep up with Vexius. There's one point where Vexius, like, flies to the top of the room and, like, the rafters or whatever they're called. And Damian climbs up there with him. First of all, how did you even get up there? Second, why are you, like, climbing and shimmying when you have magic and presumably could fly? Like, what is happening? The Winx join in with the fight. Vexius has gotten out of the way so that the girls can fight because, you know, women fighting each other. Icy throws a fireball. The girls dodge. I just want to point out, the Bloom dodging animation looks so bad. There's no, like, actual, like, bounce when she, like, falls to the ground. Like, you know, the momentum of when you, like, fall to the ground and, like bounce a little. It's not present. It's just fall and slam and nothing.
Wait a damn minute.
What?
Bloom gets a medicine ball and throws it at Icy. It's so bad.
I've already defeated you once without my powers. I can do it again.
Icy, again, just stands there until she gets hit, and it looks so goofy.
Good thing she told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
First of all, the arc of the throw is insane. I'm not sure how that works. But also, Icy gets hit, and she's just immediately down for the count. Like she just got hit with a fucking brick in the head. I cannot believe this went through production and got released. The other Winx are dealing with the other Trix. Flora's vines still look plastic. I noticed that they don't actually like grow like vines usually would, or Flora's vines would in 2D animation, or even a lot of their 3D animation before the reboot. I think what's happening instead is these vines are like modeled the way that they are, and what they do is they frame the shot, they have the vines beneath the frame, and then they move the vines upward to give the illusion of them growing fast, which normally I respect cheats like that in animation to save on time and budget, but here it looks horrid. Flora and Tekna are doing all the work, shielding the group. Stella, Musa, and Aisha doing jack shit. That's great to see. Y'all want to chime in at any point? There's also a really powerful wind going through, and I'm like, is Stormy's lightning supposed to also be creating this wind? Because we didn't see the wind be created. We just suddenly have wind in one shot. Musa does her horrible, no good sound wave. It goes everywhere, but it hits Stormy only, you know, for convenience.
Your blast will echo in here.
Sonic blast!
And then the wind stops, yay. And Darcy is conveniently distracted long enough so Stella can blind her.
In the name of Thaltor, may you be enwrapped by the eternal darkness.
What even? Why is it a turn-based battle? Fuck this shit. You know, I made fun of Musa's sound waves over and over again, but like, none of the other girls' spells are any better. Tell me what the difference is between Burning Sun, Sunbolt, and Solar Flare. Quickly.
Solar flare! Solar flare! Solar flare! Burning sun! Solar flare! I thought burning sun! Solar flare! Solar flare! Solar flare! Sunbolt!
Flora tries to grab Icy with her vines. They still look plastic. They don't even look like they're grabbing her. They're like loosely surrounding her. And also, I'm like, why would this be your choice to grab her? Icy has fire now. Couldn't she just, I don't know, burn them? I'm really not sure why Aisha isn't on the front lines to deal with Icy now that she has fire magic. Like, hello, water girly, extinguishing fires, hello. What good is your Morphix being erased if we can't use your water? Especially because earlier Icy was taunting Aisha, so shouldn't this be a moment to like pay that off with Aisha getting back at Icy? Or did Rich Burns think that we just had to let Aisha be Aisha and be irrelevant?
For the reboot, we wanted to strip all of that back and just let Aisha be Aisha.
So instead of putting out the fire like she says she's going to do, she just shields the group.
I'll put out the fire.
12 seconds later.
Protection away!
I'm gonna put out the fire. Immediately shields the group. Okay, sure. Damian and Vexius continue to find new and interesting ways to look hideous.
Because it's mine now!
Soon it will be mine.
Damian tries to shield Vexius at one point, but Vexius is like, get out of my way, and like yeets him across the room.
Get out of my way!
My guy, he was protecting you. And like, again, we want to show Vexius being an abusive, terrible father, but like, by making it so over the top and ridiculous, it becomes a caricature that is impossible to take seriously. So then it's harder to root for Damian, also because Damian is barely a character and I hate him and don't care about him. It's like you don't get points for including a fucked up topic in your show. That doesn't automatically make it well written. In fact, I kind of wish y'all hadn't touched this because clearly you can't even handle the basic shit. So Flora and Sky come to Damian's aid when he's in danger. This will not be enough to convince him that they care about him later. Of course it won't. They're like, you belong on the light side with us, Damian. Shut up. Shut up.
You belong on the light side with us, not with Vexius. Because you have good in your heart.
Like, I'm just gonna read from my notes here. Like, the way y'all phrase it is killing me. Y'all could say, Damian, Vexius doesn't care about you. He doesn't care that you want to help and protect him. So why would you want to stay with somebody who treats you so cruelly? You know, maybe try appealing to his humanity instead of all these generic ass lines about light versus darkness. Oh, for fuck's sake, talk like real people. Even Kingdom Hearts is better at this. Also, I just want to say, I really appreciate when this episode is about Bloom having no powers. We don't focus on how she's feeling all that much. Instead, we give more of the limelight to Damian still deciding whether or not to be evil. And we have monologues for him about convincing him to join the light side. I'm really glad that Eugenio is such a strong men's rights advocate. I also want to say Icy combining fire and ice should be so much cooler than this fucking bullshit. Like, what the, oh my fucking god. I feel like this could have been such a great way to explore why Icy wants power so badly. Like, why is she willing to go to these extreme ends to get it?
Icy has no idea how to handle such a powerful flame. It is beyond her capability. She's just not ready.
I can handle my flame!
Especially because in the reboot, we don't really know if they're the descendants of the ancestral witches. Like, there wasn't a lot to go off in the original, but at least they had that connection that kind of gave us a bit of context for it.
We're finally fulfilling the dreams of generations of witches. Just think about it. Think about all they went through to get the flame, and now we'll be the ones to control the ultimate power.
Here it's like, okay, why are these three evil? Why are they doing what they're doing? I don't understand. And Darcy and Stormy are genuinely concerned for Icy going out of control.
She's destroying herself before our very eyes.
Oh no, Icy!
But I can't really appreciate that emotional connection because no one in the show is a character. They're all chess pieces with the collective IQ of a potato. Icy's power starts going out of control. She becomes a whole inferno, and Vexius is trying to use this as a chance to convince Icy to turn over the dragon flame before she destroys herself.
Spare yourself the pain and turn over the fire, Icy.
Bloom is like, no, Icy, give the flame to me. I'll use it for good.
No, turn it over to me. I'll use it for good.
Girl, when has Icy ever shown that she cares about what's good for other people? Again, that's not gonna work. Maybe like appeal to her hatred of Vexius or whatever. Maybe go like, you know, Vexius is just gonna destroy you and not keep his word when he gets the flame. Like, you can't trust him. At least with me, you know what I'll do with it. Also, if you want to prove what Sky said earlier about Bloom being pure of heart, maybe have Icy go, why do you care what happens to me? Why not just let the flame burn me away and then take it back from my ashes? And Bloom goes, because no matter what you've done, what you've put me through, no one deserves that fate. You know, some shitty and cheesy like that at least. They try to use that fuck-ass song again to like pull at our heartstrings, and it does not work. Because the songs in this show are ass and the writing is ass. Bloom walks through the fire like, this is my flame, it won't burn me.
Bloom, what are you doing? The flame won't burn me. It's mine.
Wait a damn minute.
It's mine.
I see she really wants to be Daenerys Targaryen. She really wants those Targaryen nachos so bad. Like, I don't care. Stop trying to make this badass. It's not working. And you know, honestly, if we're gonna lean into Icy wanting this power and proving she can handle it, why not use that to fuel her hatred of Bloom and explain it a bit? Like, if Bloom is very naturally talented at magic, you could have Icy be hateful and resentful of that fact. Something like Charmcaster versus Gwen, where she's like, you know, I've spent my whole life trying to become a sorceress, learning magic, struggling, and you just pick up my spellbook and suddenly it's easy for you. Fuck you, bitch.
It's so unfair. I worked my butt off for my power, and you were born made of magic. I studied my whole life, and you pick up my spellbook and you're instantly out magicking me. You don't know anything. You're not even a real sorceress. You're an idiot savant.
You know what also gives Agathe and Coco in Witch Hat Atelier, which is reminding me I'd rather be watching Witch Hat Atelier.
This is what my life has been, drawing casting seals till my fingers turned black, working and working to pass the tests, so that one day I could become an apprentice. You don't know the first thing about it.
So Bloom gets her power back, cool or whatever.
No
left. Did you just punch me in the boob?
Yeah. Yeah!
She's immediately back in her fairy outfit. We just used a bright flame to like switch the model between shots. Again, it's like, normally I would respect these workarounds to like save on time and budget, but it's the Winx Club reboot, so fuck this. I'm like, yay, the racist braids and the ugly ass skirt are back, yay.
You can learn what the fuck a box braid is, bitch.
So Vexius, bails afterwards, but he leaves Damian behind. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, because of that stupid fuck ass rule, I guess you can't use the dragon flame. We'll see if ChatGPT remembers that rule in part 3. But like, if you're still keeping Damian around, clearly you still need him for something. You still need access to him and his share of the flame. So if you want to have him under your control, why would you abandon him and leave him to be captured by the Winx?
Father, wait!
Riven is now entering the arena for the competition of ugliest mug. Flora's like, Riven, let him be. Don't be mean to him.
Now he can't use his powers. Let's take him to Farragonda.
Riven, let him be.
Why?
And I'm like, girl, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna be mean to you.
Voltage slap!
The Winx then use their magic to extinguish all the flames. Instead of Aisha using her water magic or Bloom like absorbing the flames into herself because she is fire magic.
I'll absorb the fire's energy with flaming armor! Fire catcher!
They just all use weird green circles that remove the fire. What?
I'll need a spa day after this.
Wait, if y'all could just do this, why weren't y'all doing this earlier? Why haven't y'all been doing this? Also, what a way to like kill the point of unique magic. Like at this point, why is Aisha even a water girl? Why does that matter if anyone can just erase fire with a green circle? We then have a fuck-ass cliffhanger because we must have a fuck-ass cliffhanger. We cut back to Cloud Tower. I want to say it looks like a goddamn sandcastle disaster. What the fuck is this? Why is it beige? Why did we give it the red fountain treatment? Again, we don't give a fuck about color theory, I guess. Like, whenever we see Cloud Tower in the original, it's always under storm clouds, and it's always purple, because that matters to the vibe and aesthetic of Cloud Tower. That's what makes it instantly recognizable as the witch school. There's no generic blue sky, and it's, purple. If you want to say, oh, but it's daytime, surely it would be different. You bitches. You bitches don't know what color theory is. You bitches don't know what color design is. You bitches are the ones who would see Forever Fall in like the Black trailer with this gorgeous peach sky. And you'd be like, but it's daytime, so let's give it this fuck ass blue sky in volume 1. You bitches are the bane of my fucking existence. Robin, Mike, and Vanessa are still in Cloud Tower on their way out.
We're okay.
Robin's just saving us from this whole evil lair situation.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Robin got to Cloud Tower from wherever the fuck she was in like no time flat, and yet it's taking them 500 years to leave? Make that make sense. But the reason for this is so that they run into Vexius. Mike and Vanessa are about to be held hostage again. Redundant much?
Well, well. Look who's out and about.
Ew. It feels like we have to do the whole enemies capturing Bloom's parents plot twice. Once with the Trix and another time with Vexius, because we essentially have 2 sets of big bads in the season. Which again, why? Why? Why have both? Especially if they're not working together. Just have one, for fuck's sake. So this episode was goddamn awful. I think I might hate it more than episode 14 just because so little of it made sense. It was such a waste of the original storyline. Clearly did not get why it worked at all. It's such an embarrassment. If I released this, I would be so embarrassed. But I guess the Genio don't give a fuck, so who cares?
Well, Yes.